What's up, guys? It's Brandon again, coming at you from Volt 1776. Today I want to talk to you about writing rhythm progressions for a riff. Never been better. Yeah, it did me good. Could have done it sooner. Why'd you take so long? I have this riff that I was noodling on the other day in between students, and I thought it sounded cool. It was inspired by All My Life by the Beatles, which is a riff that goes. It's got that raised fourth of the CALADIUM scale. So I was just kind of noodling around with it, but I came up with this, something, was it? It's kind of odd, because it's C to E, but then it's got this G sharp. Which is like a G augment or a C augmented chord. C, G sharp. And then the second chord of the riff, if you will, is B, E, and then the octave of B. So we've got B and E. So that's going to lead me to the bass guitar. Now the reason why I'm switching over to the bass is because I want you, as well as myself, to be able to write for other instruments. So in CALADIUM, we're a three-piece. There's me on the guitar and then Randall May on the bass. I don't typically write for his parts, but I'm trying to do something new on this third album, if and when it comes. Second album is still forthcoming. Where I do as minimal as I can as far as parts of the guitar. So if there's a guitar riff happening, I would rather Randall be leading the charge with what the chords are in the bass, as opposed to have two recorded guitar parts. So here we are. So the root notes of each of those chords in the riff is going to be C and B. So the easiest thing a bassist can do, or a rhythm guitarist, whatever you're doing, whatever you're writing the part for, would just be play those roots as heard here. C, B. What I want to do is I want to have more than just the root notes of those chords. So let's consider the other notes in those that little two riff phrase. The first part of that riff include the notes C, E, G sharp. Although there is a brief hammer on to A and back to G sharp, those are, I think, the more primary notes there. And then that second part of the riff was simply just B, E, and B on the fretboards. I'm going to go to that G sharp. Since I'm hitting that weird note in that riff, let's take advantage of it with putting that root note in the bass. And then the second chord is B and E, and since we already played B the first time, I'll play E the second time. See how that sounds. For whatever reason, I am wanting to play an A instead of the low E on the repeat of it, and it works out. So this A in the root it's kind of like having, our A chord might be like A, C, and E, or A, C sharp, and E, but here we don't have the third, it's just A and E, and then B would be like the add 9. So it actually works, it sounds cool. So to go with this weird riff, it's the bass is going to go C, B, G sharp, E, C, B, G sharp, A. Sounds cool to me, something to work with. Don't steal it, that's going to be a CALADIUM song. Check out our debut album wherever you stream music, and singles from our forthcoming sophomore album, Fall of Babylon. And follow us on socials. We'll see you next time.
It's all on you.